Hey, it's Huck. And, with so much chaos going on in the Trump administration, I know it's sometimes hard to know where to focus your attention. I would urge you to focus your attention today on calling your congressman and particularly calling both of your U.S. senators, Democrat or Republican, and urge them to vote no on any bill that comes before the Senate regarding health care. Now, I know most of you who watch my channel are probably, paying close attention to, the health care reform effort being undertaken by the Senate right now. But it is very easy to get distracted when you have a president who is lashing out in all directions and proving himself to be not only incompetent and absolutely impervious to following, any sense of norms of his office or of any government office. But right now, what we have is a down-to-the-wire fight going on in support of the Affordable Care Act and the ability for tens of millions of Americans to hold on to their health care. And it is going to be a fight down to the wire. Mitch McConnell's plan seems to be one of pushing forward any bill he can get, 50 Republican votes for, in which case he can claim that the Senate passed a health care bill. And it doesn't matter, how skimpy this bill is or what little it does. All he needs is an approved bill. That approved bill may be nothing more than the skinny bill they're talking about right now, which would be to basically eliminate the individual mandate that is part of the Affordable Care Act, and maybe doing away with medical device taxes, which, in and of itself is a stipulation in the ACA that you can find some support for, both strongly within the Republican Party, but also among some Democratic senators. Now, don't kid yourself. That's not Mitch McConnell's plan, to merely pass those two items and then get agreement from the House to go ahead and just do that. If he were to do that, that in and of itself would do two things, though. It would almost certainly spell doom for the individual market, because without the individual mandate, basically, largely the only people that would purchase insurance on the individual market are those people who tend to need it the most, people like me who are sick, who have a pre-existing condition. And at that point, of course, the cost would become so high, and in many areas of the country, the numbers signing up for it would be so low that the market couldn't support itself. And at that point, of course, if you have a pre-existing condition, your cost would be either one, so astronomical as to be, completely out of reach, or two, not available at any price. I think more likely to happen, and what Mitch McConnell's plan all along has been, is that if he can get anything passed, whether it be this so-called skinny bill or any provision whatsoever, he would then sit down in conference with House leadership and hammer out a compromised bill between the things that were in the original House bill, which the House passed months ago, and this, and put it up for a vote. We cannot allow this to continue. We cannot allow that to happen. One of the things that is right up against the wall right now is the fact that insurance companies all across the country, as we speak, are basically making a decision on, what policies, if any, they are going to put on individual markets across the country, in individual states. And that's a decision that basically has to be made within weeks. So the longer this plays out, the more uncertain that market is. And like I say, it is very easy with all of the nonsense that's going on with the Trump administration, where he's telling risque, jokes to Boy Scouts at the Jamboree, where his new communications director is threatening an FBI investigation of his chief of staff, where, virtually every one of his cabinet secretaries is doing something that seeks to completely, take us back 100 years as far as our democracy goes. So with all of the craziness going on, it's really easy to get distracted. But I urge you that if you haven't done so already, and even if you have, take the time today to contact your congressman, contact both of your senators. You can do this, you can fax them, you can send them an email, you can call them, and the numbers are all over the internet. I mean, just Google, contact my congressman. There are, if you use Facebook, you should be able to find all kinds of, or Twitter, look up your local Indivisible group. They will give you means of which you can contact your representatives in a way that would take you seconds. Now, I know in my case, I've been trying to contact my Senator Portman, my Republican senator, repeatedly, and I have managed to do so almost every other day now for weeks. I have sent him faxes, I have sent him emails, I have called and left messages. The last week or so, it's been impossible to even leave him a message. His mailbox, if you will, his voice box is full. And so I've taken other means to, to contact him. And all you need to do is to tell them that, to vote no on any attempt to strip the ACA. If you have stronger feelings and you have something personal you want to say, you can add that. I certainly have. Urge them to sit down with their colleagues across the aisle and strengthen the insurance markets so that prices would actually come down, deductibles would come down, something that Democrats have been begging Republicans to allow them to do for months now. So I urge you to do that. I'm hoping within the next week or so, I'm going to be uploading a video about something that's going on in my life that I'm not ready to really go into today. When I post that, I'm going to post that on my main channel. That's HuckFin22. And so you might want to look for that about a week from now or so. And I'm just not ready to post that yet. But I'm hoping maybe about a week from now I'll be ready to do that. And I thank you for watching. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. And have a great day. Please, for someone who needs your help desperately, and I know you know people that do, if they have Medicaid coverage, if they're on the individual market, if they have a pre-existing condition, and there's got to be someone in your life, if not you yourself, someone that you love and care about that does. If not for yourself, do this for them. Thanks for your time.